Okay, welcome everybody. I have just covered a couple of things, most importantly, the integrity of our company and how we make sure that we protect it by saying that we don't cure, diagnose, or you know, whatever the other word is, totally thrown by not being able to record. And we do really want to make sure that what you see tonight and what you hear of my story, it's different for everybody. Everybody is different. So back on the left-hand side of the screen, you can see me around 13 years ago. And I remember that day well. I was having one of those days. I'm sure some of the women on this call will know what this feels like when you end up with a bed full of clothes because nothing is feeling good and everything is feeling tight and uncomfortable. I really wasn't happy in my own skin at that time. I decided to jump on board and do our 30-day, which actually turned into a couple of months worth of doing our program by the book. And the reason I did that was, you see, the next photo is me at my daughter's wedding nearly a year later, feeling so different. And also to climb Kilimanjaro, which is something that I really wanted to achieve. And I knew with the body that I had and the fitness level that I had, I wasn't going to be able to do that. And then I turned into a crazy runner. So having achieved that big goal of getting to the top of Kilimanjaro, I actually started running. And I think that I definitely combined with the fact that I have continued on what I call our maintenance program ever since then. I've never put that weight back on. I've stayed strong, fit, and healthy, moving into my 60s now. And at 66, you'll see the photo on the far right side is me starting my 100-mile race a couple of weeks ago. I didn't actually finish the full 100 miles, but I did do 102 kilometers. And I feel pretty proud of that in torrential weather in New Zealand. And the good news for my family is I'm going back to give it another go in February of next year. So you can go from feeling unhappy in your skin to absolutely feeling very confident and strong. So yeah, that's where I've been over the last 13 years. And now, I just want to remind you, if you are a guest on here tonight or you're watching this recording within the next 48 hours, so that's by Thursday night, this week, we will actually send you, if you're watching it for the very first time and you're a guest, we'll send you one of these little sample packs. So make sure that you tell the person who either invited you on the call or sent you the recording your details so we can get that out to you. But what we really want to concentrate tonight on is lifestyle habits. So the little things that you can do on a daily basis that will make a difference to your health and your longevity. And to introduce the first three of those lifestyle habits, I'm going to hand over to Rachel.
Thank you, Heather. I just thought I'd start off with my story. And for those of you who don't know me, I've been with Isagenix for 7.5 years. And the reason I got into Isagenix was really because of my health. And at the time, I was a little bit overweight, but struggling with a lot of bloating and gut issues, mostly to do with stress. And I had a pretty stressful environment, a home life, and four adult sons, and going through a divorce. So everything was in turmoil. But most importantly, I was struggling mentally as well because most people don't realize that your gut health impacts your mental health. There's a vagus nerve that runs from your gut to your brain. So if your gut's not working effectively, nothing else will. So going through a bit of a dark time, just feeling bloated and unhealthy and just miserable, really. And then I got onto these products, and within about 5 days, I just felt amazing. So really felt a big difference just because probably since I was a kid, it's the first time I've actually been putting nutrition into my body that my body required because I've been depriving myself and living on coffee and Coke and bad food for so long. So once I did that and I realized the incredible power of this nutritional system and how it can change your mental state as well as your health and your body, I just thought I've got to share this with everybody because everyone needs to know that nutrition can change your life. And then I went on to study nutrition as well, because I was just so impressed with these products and nutrition. I wanted to find out more about what it was about. So some of the things that I really hit me when I looked into this further was the fact that as women, most of us aren't eating enough protein. So we really should be consuming 2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight per day. Now, this is new information. If you studied nutrition a few years ago, that was not a number. It was much lower than that. It's now been scientifically proven that we need more protein than we think. We also have to minimize toxins. So we live in a very toxic world. Our food is contaminated by pesticides, herbicides, dioxins, PCBs. Our environment is toxic, and all those toxins sit in our fat cells. And if you don't move those, they impact your entire body. Just nothing works properly. And then, of course, cortisol. We live in a very stressful society. Doesn't matter if you've got kids or no kids, or if you work or whatever, we all have stress in our lives. And managing those cortisol levels means that you're helping your body adapt. But more importantly, cortisol is the fat storage hormone. So if we can get those levels down, you're going to notice a big change in your body as well.
And moving on to Belinda, tell us your story, Belinda, and continue on with those next couple of habits.
Yeah, definitely. I'm based in Perth, WA, and I've been using the products for 6.5 years. And when I started the program, I was really interested because I was going to the gym, eating everything that I thought was right, but really when I look at it now, it was restriction. And I was carrying so much inflammation. So I started on the 30-day program, and within the 30 days, I dropped 5 to 6 kilos, built lean muscle, and I just had so much energy. I honestly used to drink a lot of coffee, like 3 o'clock coffee, to get me through the evening with the kids. Because I was just so tired all the time. And no wonder I was going to the gym and not getting any results, because I wasn't eating enough protein and I didn't have enough energy and carrying so much inflammation. So I love how the program really has helped my body work naturally as it should. So since then, I've turned into a nutritionist. I've also studied nutrition because of the products. Become a runner. Thank you, Heather, for that. So I'll curse you when I'm competing. And yeah, I just absolutely love helping other people really make those. I really feel like it's the habits. If you can implement these habits that we're talking about, you can really make lifelong lifestyle changes where you don't have that restriction either. So the next habit that I'm going to talk about is hydration. Hydration is one of the number one things that when I'm coaching someone, they don't drink enough water. So it is 33 mils per kilo that you weigh. Ideally, I just recommend people to drink at least 3 liters of water a day, more if you are exercising or in a more humid or heated environment. And so with hydration, we just don't only need it, we need it for our brain health, to carry our blood, for our digestive system, and it helps remove toxins as well. So how do we remove the fat? It's when you go to the toilet. So drink more water. Think about that. You do get used to it as well. So many people go, oh, I'll be running to the bathroom. Honestly, your body will adapt. And think of it how beneficial it is. Also, sometimes when you're actually having cravings, that's the same sign as thirst. So I highly encourage you to have a glass of water, especially when you wake, 500 mils. I always have the hydrate when I wake, and then having it throughout the day. If you are actually craving something or hungry, and it's not really that time when you're usually eating, is have a glass of water and see how that helps. And moving your body, honestly, hitting 10,000 steps a day should be a non-negotiable. And it's just so good for your body, just gentle walking. Even if you have any injuries or anything like that, even walking in a pool, but just get your body moving because the effects is unbelievable.
So we're now going to move on to get a very good friend and also someone who's been on the program for quite a while, Darylene. So Darylene, if you can unmute, and what I just want to say here is that these things here are the result of putting those habits into place and then layering our program on the top. And so, I have a saying, which is you need to begin with the end in mind. So I'd love you to put in the chat, which of these 8 things would you like to have happen? Which of those would you like to really work on? It may be all of them, it could be 2 or 3 of them, but the beauty of our program is that you can target the things that are important to you. So yes, so pop those in the chat, whether it's better sleep or whether it's increased energy, whatever it is. Let's see what everybody is looking for. So Darylene, tell us how this program has worked for you, and which of those things have really made a difference for you.
Thanks, Heather. Look, I can tick all those on the screen there at the moment. Well, that's what I was having, prior to all this. So I've been doing the program about 14, 15 months now, and I came on board to help with my menopause. Weight was always, there, but menopause was the biggest thing. And when I started seeing the weight and inflammation reduce quite quickly, that surprised me. And it's just been I think the first 8 months, yes, I was getting imbalanced. I was getting my gut worked on. Everything was starting to fall into place. I was learning about foods and, things like that. I still wasn't moving a lot. So my lovely friend Belle was telling me, I kept saying I walk all day, I'm on my feet all day, and that. But since I think the last 2 months, I finally decided, okay, I'm now at the next step. I want to go further. And Belle got me drinking more water because I didn't have enough water. And I'm now doing Pilates a couple of times a week and walking on my treadmill 30 minutes every morning. And before I even have a shower, I've had 700 mils of water with walking on the machine. And now it's like that's my first thing to go to. And I've just noticed such an incredible difference in the last sort of 2 months, six weeks of starting that. I honestly believe like it's been a life-changing thing for me and saved my life. With a lot of stress, and dealing with a lot of people around me with mental health. It's helped keep my mental health at bay, to be able to deal with others and help other people. So yeah, it's just been life-changing.
I love that. And, that one at the top, reduced inflammation. I don't know if anybody else can see it, but I can absolutely see that difference and you must feel it in your body that, you haven't got as much inflammation as you had before.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. So thank you so much for being prepared to, put yourself out there, share that, and encourage others to just make those steps forward. And it is a journey, isn't it? It's ongoing. It's not just you do it once and that's it, and it's set and forget. It's like to keep that lifestyle shift happening. So well done. Thank you.
And it does, I do find like it's gotten easier and easier, the longer you go on and the more learning you do. It does become easier and it just becomes habit. after a while. So yeah, you've definitely got to, stick with it, and
I love it. Thank you. Thanks, Darylene. Okay, so a protein shake. Yeah, we're going to give away a protein shake today. So make sure that you have put some comments in the chat, because in a minute I'm going to write all those names down of people who've been commenting in the chat, and we're going to draw a tub of creamy French vanilla protein shake out. Belle, I think you're going to cover our pillars and how we can reset our metabolism using this program.
Definitely. And so you can see with Darylene what we've done, and this is an example of another client as well, is the reset. We really need to calm the body down with the inflammation that's there. So we focus on anti-inflammatory nutrition, and also that includes protein pacing. So with the anti-inflammatory nutrition, we have whole foods as a main meal and whole food protein focused snacks. And then we have 2 superfood smoothies a day. Now that's so we can hit our protein macros, which again is 2 grams times your body weight. So you're thinking, if there's a female that we are working with and she's 70 kilos, she needs to hit 140 grams a day. And so by having a main meal and the 2 shakes and a morning and afternoon snack that's really high protein focused, but whole foods as well, she's going to meet that requirement. That's going to stop cravings, keeping her full, speed up your metabolism, and your body needs protein. It can't store it or make it, so it needs to be consumed through food or supplements. Now, we also balance the cortisol. So you can see on this client here, she really has that inflammation, which is spiked by, caused by high cortisol. And that really plays with your gut, your hormones, and your weight, and even brain fog and energy, everything is thrown out. So what we do is we start the day with a adaptogenic herb, which has ashwagandha and rhodiola, just a 30 ml shot. And that's really going to help calm your body and to work naturally like it should. And then 1 day a week, you're going to have a low nutrition day. We call it a cleanse day. It's a day where you drink our Cleanse for Life 4 times a day and have some cleanse day support snacks. And that's really going to support your body so that you're not in a stressed state, because again, we don't want to be increasing your cortisol. And it's going to help strip that visceral fat around your tummy area, really reset your digestive system, remove any toxins that are building up. And it gives your body time to stop focusing on processing food and actually repairing the body. And so we have a lot of people during a cleanse day and post-cleanse that they sleep better, they have more energy and more clarity. And it's just because their body is able to repair and heal. And this is what the 30-day reset looks like. In the pack, you have everything that you need. All you need to provide is your main meal in the evening and your morning and afternoon whole food snacks. But we give you guidance and ideas and little nutrition hacks where you can make it really easy, and also family-based meals as well for anyone that, is not wanting to remove themselves from the evening family meal.
Mm-hmm.
And this just quickly here shows you a quick guideline of what I spoke about, of what the day looks like. And then we'll move on to the next one. And this is some of the foods that we have provided for example. So my family love all these that we have. And I love that your family really picks up on your habits and your nutrition, which I feel like is a lifelong skill that they're going to carry with them.
Oh, this makes my mouth water, this slide.
I know. I'm looking at the banana bites thinking,
crunchy broccoli salad. Oh,
I need to make some more of all this.
Yeah. Okay, over to you, Rach.
Okay, so adaptogens or cortisol is a big problem. And actually, I've just been chatting to a lady who has hormone problems. She's putting on weight for no reason. She's not sleeping, and she just does not feel good. And you know what that comes down to in most cases, unless you've got something else going on, it is high cortisol. Now, cortisol is one of those things that we need to manage. A small amount of cortisol is essential to keep us thriving and active in this world, but when it becomes too much, that's when it becomes a problem. So there's 3 pillars to our program, and one of them is adaptogens or cortisol lowering tonic or Ionic Supreme in this case. There's a few other products that have adaptogens in them as well. And adaptogens help your body adapt to stress. So it tells your body to calm down and allows it to release the excess weight, allows your body to relax, and everything starts to work properly. So it is just a next level amazing. And as well as that, as I mentioned before, there is adaptogens in a few other products. Cleanse for Life, which you have on a cleanse day. So as Belle was saying, 1 day a week, we get you to do a cleanse day, and you drink this beautiful tasting berry or peach, depending on which one you decide to start on. Your beautiful tasting botanical, herbal, delicious drink 4 times a day, along with your water. And we give you some beautiful little snacks that you have as well. But the end result of that is, because it has so much goodness in it and so many cortisol lowering herbs and adaptogens, at the end of that day, you feel full of energy, light and amazing, and honestly goes a really long way towards removing toxins and helping your fat leave your body as well. So incredible.
Absolutely. You feel so good after a cleanse day. I'm heading into cleanse day tomorrow and looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And collagen, your favorite.
Oh, yeah. This is one of my favorite products. I honestly love collagen. As soon as it came out about 6 years ago or 5 years ago, I was all over it, because knowing how Isagenix only produces the best of the best. If you want to find the best product on the planet, Isagenix will be making it, and that's why I jumped straight onto the collagen. So it's got double Nutri technology, which means it goes through your gut lining into your bloodstream and goes to where it needs to go. It also helps your body produce more collagen, and it just, the results are next level. Fuller lips, your skin's like moist. It's just incredible, and really the results speak for themselves. It's been publicized in top level magazines like Marie Claire, Vogue, Elle. It is just incredible, and you have to try it, really. So I haven't gone 5 years except for a 4-week period when I went overseas, and I will never do that again because I experienced really dry skin after that and couldn't wait to get back on it again. But incredible product.
I love it. Okay, so creatine, one of the new additions to our program, and I was talking to Belle about it before, and she was saying how, she's hearing some great results. So tell us a bit about a new creatine, Belle.
Yeah, can I get a 1 in the chat if you're taking creatine? Because this is the most researched supplement in the world, and everybody from the age of probably 16 and up to 90 should be taking creatine. It's the most #1 important supplement that you should take. You just put it in water, and you could put it in water, coffee, shake. But why it's really, really helpful is, as it says here, it increases your strength and power, recovery. The most important thing, because we're aging, is the brain support. The research that's coming out of this is unbelievable. So we've only just launched this a week and a bit ago, and already I am getting messages left, right, and center. People are having so much energy, clarity, getting PBs at the gym. It's not just for someone that wants to go to the gym. I even gave it to my mum, who's 73, because I felt so great from taking it. And she has reported she's having the best sleeps ever. So I highly recommend you introducing this. I've been taking it every morning in water with my Hydrate with hyaluronic acid. It's a great way to start your morning. The most important thing is, if you are taking it, is to make sure you're consistent, because it only works very well if you have the saturation so that it's absorbed in your body.
Thanks, Belle. And for me, it was definitely has been a great one for that long race that I ran recently. Taking it leading up to the race and after has made a big difference to my recovery, which is mentioned on here. So yeah, great product to try if you're not already trying it. So how do you get started on this program? You can pick whichever way works for you. So you might want to dip your toe in with a 14-day reset. However, we really do recommend doing a full 30 days to get the full experience of the program. If you want to pop in collagen as well, you can do that with Ultimate Reset Pack, or you can start with collagen and add in a reset later. So there's all those options. And I love that Hydrate and Glow because, as Belle said, she starts every day. Imagine if you did a Hydrate and Glow pack and you added in the creatine as well. That would be a great starter. So you can just work out what works for you. So whether you're on here tonight and having a bit of a look, or whether you're watching the recording, do know that you can talk to the person who invited you and they will go through what is the best option for you, for your goals and your budget. However, what we do have is right through till Thursday night at 7 o'clock, we have a special offer for you, and that is the Adaptogen Elixir. So Rachel spoke earlier on about adaptogen herbs. They are amazing just to help your body to settle and feel calm, whether it's for sleep or whether it's for kicking off your day. I know my daughter with twin boys always has a box of this in the fridge, and when she has a hard start to the morning, she'll go and grab one of these before she continues on into work. So this is a great gift worth $54. So make sure you let the person who invited you if you're interested in grabbing that. And in the same token, make sure you give them your address so you can get one of these gift packs. And finally, I have some names in my little cup here, and I'm going to draw one out because we're going to give away a protein shake right away. And so it is for Helen. Helen from New Zealand. Is she still on, Belle? Is Helen on there? Helen
I
from
think
New
she
Zealand.
is.
Yeah?
Let me just.
Okay. So Helen, make sure you let us know if you are still on, and just give us a yes in the chat. And
Actually, I think she's left, Heather.
oh no, okay. Redraw.
Yeah, my cat just going through a cuts here.
Okay, redraw. Oh, sorry, Helen.
This is why you have to stay on right to the end, guys.
Exactly. Christy Cooper, is she still on? Christy
Yes.
Cooper? Yay. Okay, Christy, you get a protein shake. Creamy French vanilla protein shake. So congratulations. And oh, that is it. So I'll just stop share now. Yeah, just anybody who has any questions, feel free, and I will stop the recording just in case you have anything. But we are